Ah! Oh, a letter. Thanks. Dear Tim and Moby, I play a lot of video games and I want to design one later on in life. How are video games created? From Andrew. Well, Andrew, making a successful video game requires a lot of time and effort from many different people. Video games depend on two main components, hardware and software. Hardware is the technology inside every home computer and gaming console. And software is the programming written in computer language known as code, which makes up the games themselves. Computers and consoles are built around a sophisticated piece of equipment called the Central Processing Unit. It's also known as the CPU, or microprocessor. Right, the same device that allows you to type English papers and solve math problems also lets you kill zombies and drive go-karts. Anyway, the CPU is small, but super powerful. It can perform billions of different tasks every second. Another key piece of hardware is the Graphics Processing Unit, or GPU, which can create complex 3D graphics at very high speeds. GPUs can draw and redraw every character and background in a video game 30 times a second, every second, for as long as you play the game. Right, that's the hardware. The individual games are examples of software. Creating software begins with a concept for a game. It can be an original idea, or it can be based on a movie, another game, or something from real life. Next, writers and artists create rough sketches called storyboards for each scene of the game. Developers often use these sketches to play imaginary rounds of the game to see if rules and everything else makes sense. Once the game has been planned out, it's time for computer programmers to step in and create the stuff you see on screen. They do this by writing code, thousands, often millions of lines of text in a computer language. Well, the heart of every video game is a huge chunk of code called the game engine. The engine does the work that keeps the game running. In this game, the engine calculates how each go-kart moves and what happens when two go-karts collide. Nope, a different set of code has to be written for characters, scenes, and environments. Everything you see in a video game is composed of simple geometric shapes called polygons. A character may look smooth and three-dimensional, but up close its surface is just a bunch of squares, triangles, and other flat shapes. Programmers assemble hundreds, even thousands of polygons to create the illusion of a 3D image. After the polygons are combined into images, a technique called texture mapping gives them texture and color. Texture mapping can create anything from the moss growing on a stone temple to the gray, rotting flesh of a zombie. Other aspects of the game have to be programmed too, things like sound, music, and lighting effects. Well, unlike TV shows and movies, games are interactive media. Users actively participate with them. So teams of testers carefully go through the game to see if there are any bugs or glitches in the software that affect the gameplay. They also report on whether the game is compelling, challenging, and fun. Basically, they look for the same things that you would. Like, how much effort does it take to learn the game's rules and controls? If mastering the game is too easy, you'll get bored. But if it's too hard, you'll get frustrated. Does the game immerse you in its world? Realistic art and animation can suck you into a game, but even those with simple graphics can be fun and addictive. And finally, how do you respond emotionally to the game? Happiness, anger, suspense, fear. If a game doesn't arouse at least one of these emotions, it won't be very satisfying. Game testers submit reports of their experiences, and the development team fixes glitches and tweaks the gameplay to make it as fun as possible. Once the game has gone through several rounds of testing, it's ready to be released, and ready for people like us to play. Sure, go ahead. I don't think I'm ready for another lap. All those old presidents kind of scare me.